Yeah. I'ma raise the stakes and make you shake. It's time to play now, get ready to play. The choice is yours, but I'ma choose to win. Time to take control, I'ma be the playmaker.
Okay, if you're a parent of a high school or college athlete, go ahead and take a deep breath. I know you're probably completely overwhelmed right now trying to figure out the wild world of recruiting, scholarships, transfer rules, and NIL deals. But while you're busy navigating all of that, Congress is actually debating a massive piece of legislation, Senate Bill 4668, otherwise known as the Protect College Sports Act. And trust me, how this bill shakes out is absolutely going to impact your family's athletic and financial future. So I want to pose a quick dinner table reality check to all the families listening today. Think about this. What if Congress passed a law giving the NCAA even more power to control college sports and a ton more protection from lawsuits, but the athletes themselves still didn't get a real seat at the table? Because honestly, that is exactly the debate going on in Washington, D.C. right now. This proposed federal legislation could drastically change the rules around your kids' eligibility, their ability to transfer, and of course, the NIL money they're allowed to earn. Now, the reason Congress is even trying to step in is because of the current chaotic mess you're probably already trying to navigate. Right now, college sports operates under NCAA rules, conference rules, individual school policies, conflicting state laws, court decisions, and now this massive House settlement. It's a lot. There are just way too many cooks in the kitchen, half of them brought a completely different recipe, and quite frankly, the kitchen's kind of on fire. Congress is essentially trying to create one national set of rules to finally bring a little order to this total chaos.
Section 1. The good stuff on paper, what S4068 promises athletes.
All right, before we get into the controversy, let's be fair here. There actually are some straightforward positive benefits in this bill that promise to help out families who really just want clear rules. For starters, it promises guaranteed medical coverage for sports-related injuries. It also guarantees at least one penalty-free transfer. Plus, it protects NIL rights with the requirement for much clearer contracts, creates an athlete ombudsman, basically an independent office athletes can go to with concerns, and establishes baseline health and safety standards. If your kid gets hurt, or if you're just a parent trying to help them transfer schools without accidentally losing a whole year of eligibility, these protections sound pretty fantastic. But you know, this bill isn't just about football. Supporters of the bill, particularly the ACC, argue this legislation is desperately needed to protect Olympic and non-revenue sports. Their fear is that as schools funnel millions and millions of dollars into football and basketball through revenue sharing and NIL, sports like track, swimming, wrestling, and volleyball are in genuine danger of getting cut. So this bill aims to stabilize the finances so those sports can actually survive.
Moving to Section 2. The big catch. Legal immunity versus athlete power.
Because yes, there is a massive catch to all these promised benefits. To really understand it, we kind of need to translate some legal jargon into plain English so you know exactly what's at stake for your athlete. You're going to hear the term antitrust protection a lot. Basically, antitrust laws are what stop powerful organizations from working together to unfairly limit competition, control money, or restrict what people can earn. Why does this matter to you? Well, historically, athletes have used antitrust lawsuits to fight bad NCAA rules and secure the very NIL rights and benefits they enjoy today. This bill would actually give the NCAA and conferences limited antitrust protection when they enforce their own rules.
So Senate Bill 4668 would basically grant the NCAA sweeping legal immunity in exchange for a promise that they'll, self-regulate. But opponents are raising a massive red flag here. Think of this brilliant analogy. Giving the NCAA immunity to solve its trust issues is like fixing bad officiating by taking away instant replay. If athletes lose their right to challenge an unfair rule in court, who exactly is holding the NCAA accountable? It effectively removes your athlete's power to fight back.
So the absolutely crucial point here is accountability. Five-time Olympian Katie Ulander actually spoke out against this recently, warning that the bill strips athletes of their private right to challenge NCAA conduct. And she rightfully pointed out that the NCAA currently has over 260 open Title IX investigations involving misconduct. Just think about that as a parent for a second. Do you really want an organization with that kind of backlog having unreviewable power over your kid's career? Granting an organization that clearly struggles with enforcement unreviewable discretion removes pretty much the only outside check we currently have to protect our athletes.
That brings us to Section 3, the tug of war. Who really holds the power?
Right now, there is a massive political fight completely stalling this bill. Senator Tommy Tuberville has actually pushed a competing, narrower bill because it's becoming very clear that the massive Protect College Sports Act lacks the 60 votes it needs to pass the Senate before the midterms.
We essentially have competing agendas causing total gridlock. On one side, the giant institutions, places like the SEC and the Big Ten, actually feel the bill doesn't protect them enough. They are demanding expanded immunity from state laws before they'll even support it. On the flip side, athletes and labor advocates are completely terrified that if the NCAA gets an antitrust exemption, athletes are going to lose all their legal leverage to collectively bargain for their own compensation.
And this tug of war is even dividing the athletes themselves. Recently, a group of 28 AC student athletes sent a letter to the Senate supporting the bill to protect non-revenue sports. But labor advocates quickly pointed out a glaring issue. This was a curated group of Olympic sport athletes lobbying for a bill that removes the primary leverage football and basketball players would have to negotiate. It's super notable that ACC letter did not include a single football or men's basketball player, the exact athletes generating all those massive revenues.
Section 4. The reality of modern college sports. It's not just $500 for an Instagram post anymore.
So why does this power struggle matter so much to your kid? Because we have to look at the staggering amounts of money pouring into college athletics right now. Take $75 million, for example. That's literally the GDP of a small island. But here, it's the value of Texas Tech's new 15-year stadium naming rights deal with Galaxy. And what makes this deal completely revolutionary is that it actually includes NIL opportunities for the players directly in the contract. Athletes are literally now part of the value that massive corporate brands are purchasing. Here's another eye-opening number: $5 million. The state of New Jersey is directing $5 million in taxpayer money toward Rutgers' NIL efforts. Think about what that actually means. When state taxpayer millions are involved, this isn't just an extracurricular activity anymore, right? It's a massive corporate enterprise. Your 18-year-old absolutely needs real representation when these overarching rules are being written. Which leads us to Section 5, the Parent Playbook, how to protect your family right now. I want to break the fourth wall here and speak directly to you parents for a minute. Regardless of what Congress decides to do before the midterms, here is some actionable advice you need right now. Step 1. Read every single NIL and scholarship contract closely. Step 2. You need to know exactly when that eligibility clock starts ticking for your child. Step 3. Make sure you understand the specific rules and penalties if your kid decides to transfer. Step 4. Keep physical and digital copies of every email, text, and payment. And Step 5, which is maybe the most important, remember that the compliance office exists to protect the school, not you, as the athlete. I really want you to burn this into your memory. The school protects the school. The conference protects the conference. The NCAA protects the system. You must protect the athlete. You simply cannot assume that any institution is putting your athlete first. In this environment, parents and athletes have to act as their own independent representatives and advocates, for sure.
The Protect College Sports Act definitely has some genuinely good ideas in it, but the core issue remains a massive battle over power and accountability. And it leaves us with this final, provocative question. You can't protect college sports without protecting the athletes. So who is protecting yours? Stay vigilant, keep educating yourselves, and take control of your own athletic futures. Thanks